Prepare to have your ears tortured. It's From the Front Row with Johnathan T. Rokford.
How do you have no penalties the whole game? I mean, come on, dude. Seriously. There's no way in the world. Well, all I know is something needs to be looked at with that, because I swear I saw about like 3 penalties just myself, and I don't even do referee work. You saw 5? Why you gotta always try to warm up? Asshole. What's up, folks? It's me, Johnathan T. Rokford, here with another edition of From the Front Row with Johnathan T. Rokford. Hey, cool. Nice coincidence, huh? Congratulations this week. We had a bunch of winners, folks. Oh, and before we start, we had our biggest winner and our first ever From the Front Row giveaway. That was a weird way that happened, too. Our winner was smart, folks. He outthunk the whole field and sent me his answer via messenger. Oh, and beat everybody by 1 minute. Even though we wasn't really watching time of who responded, we was just looking for right answers. We'll have to fix that next time. But congratulations to our winner, who goes by the name Badass Eddie Von Detty, who will be receiving a White Tiger Zord in the mail. Don't know if it'll be UPS or USPS. We'll figure it out, though. But we will be sending that. We will send you the tracking number as soon as it's shipped, so you can keep track of it, and then let us know when to get it. But congratulations to the Badass Eddie Von Detty. Now, on to Game Changer action, as Captain Mexico took on the Street Fight King again, and he beat the Street Fight King again. Folks, you gotta really challenge yourself with this Game Changer. Seriously, challenge yourself. There's no harm in challenging yourself, but taking on the same opponent every time you got the title, you win it, then you go right back and face the guy you just faced. It's getting tiring, folks. I know there's not a lot of real competition here in WPA, but come on, you could have found somebody else. But that didn't matter, though, because the Booker found somebody for Captain Mexico in his next challenge, and it was the Blueprint, Jackson Aries. And Jackson Aries snatched that title right off of Captain Mexico, and now your Game Changer champion. And he is currently locked in a battle with the Messiah. Well, I guess that was a good choice. Now, in our regular action, not Captain Mexico, because Machete, Captain, and Casper, CA, Casper, 2779, took on the Machete, Ramos, and lost. Yeah, cut his legs right out from under him, as Machete Ramos picked up the win to help his rankings look a little bit better. Our next match featured Quanty Fist, the man nobody wants to get pinned by, versus Shepherd Bane. And the easiest way not to get pinned by Quanty Fist is just to simply pin him, beat him, submit him, win the match. That's all you gotta do. Now, in our match we was watching, James Altrez took on the Master Sean Puff. And after the Master Sean Puff claimed that James Altrez couldn't beat him, even though he technically did beat him. I mean, granted, he had a mask on and went by another name. It was still James Altrez. But James Altrez himself, with no mask, did beat the Master Sean Puff. Sean Puff, that guy, he needs to probably take a step back and reevaluate himself, because he is not having a good time with matches. I mean, he'll get over it. Now our next match features the Brass Hole taking on the Emperor 2K and Liam, and I swear this is like deja vu. As the Emperor, who showed up to the ring late himself, told the ref to start the match, demanding he start the match. And the ref obliged. And Brass Hole was nowhere to be found. So the Emperor was awarded the win based on a count out. And no failure to answer the bell, whatever you want to call it, folks. No show. I swear, sometimes it makes the Emperor look almost smart. Damn. Now, our next match featured Polish Power taking on Fat Thomas, and Fat Thomas was able to pick up the win after hitting the Eclipse on Polish Power. He squashed him like a sausage. Yeah, I swore I heard a crack in the ring when he came down. They're checking it, though. Now, in our number one contender match for the WPA television title, Money, Michael Oliver, Nathaniel Everett Young took on the lunatic Aqua Regia and defeated her. And I won't say she looked distraught after the loss, but you gotta imagine she just ended her losing streak and now suffers a loss right after. Now, I do know for a fact that in news, talking to the higher ups, she did request some time off and will not be here this week. So hopefully she gets herself together and comes back and gets a win. Our next number one contender match is determined for the Intercontinental Championship as Badass, our winner for our sweepstakes, took on Draven the Sledgehammer. And I swear, winning our sweepstakes must have been a good luck for the Badass as he defeated Draven the Sledgehammer. Which I'm pretty sure Draven didn't care because he has that call your shot. He can pretty much get a title match anytime he wants to before the year is up. Yeah, I'd laugh if he called for a match at 11:59 on December 31st. That'd be funny. Technically, the year's not over. Right at the buzzer. That'd be awesome. Could you imagine? You're sitting there counting down with 10 seconds left before the new year. He goes, "I want a world title shot." Yeah, because you got to kind of schedule that match like the first of the year now. I'm pretty sure the WP admin, they'll remind them ahead of time, like, "Hey, time's running out, bruh." The last day of the year. And our next number one contender match determined the next challenger for the world title. It was Red Death taking on South Bronx Savage, and South Bronx Savage defeated Red Death. Folks, if you haven't been watching what's been going on in WPA lately, we've got new blood vying for titles. It isn't the same people. I mean, there's some of the same people have it, but there's all new challenges popping up, which means it's going to get a little harder. Yeah, especially these guys. We got Badass and Money. Yeah, we've seen them in South Bronx Savage has got finished one, but how often do we say those names as contenders? So congratulations, guys, for stepping up. Now, in our last number one contender match, it was determined who were going to face the triple threat champion. It was Martel the Carpenter versus the First Lady versus Mac Blakely in match one. And the First Lady was able to pin Martel the Carpenter. He might as well get a shirt on it and says "Pin me" and just wear it to the ring. Because at this point, he seems to be going back down. I don't know. With tag team turmoil, he was going good, and then I don't know. He seems to be back to his old pin me ways. Now, match two saw Bobby Blaze versus Lady Assassin versus the Darkstalker. And controversial finish as the Darkstalker hit the Black Void on Bobby Blaze and was poised to pick up the win when across the screen, yes, the old pop up on the screen, I call you out, talk trash about you, distract you so the other somebody else can get the pin, move. It always works. And it seemed to work on the Darkstalker as he was distracted by Jermaine Walker up on the screen and looked toward the entrance thinking he was going to get got. Actually looked over at Johnny Rocco too, who didn't move 1 inch, allowing Lady Assassin to pin a knocked out Bobby Blaze, and I swear you could hear Melvin yelling no in the backstage area. So, First Lady and Lady Assassin will be moving on to the championship match. Speaking of championship matches, our trios champions, Sinister, Shona Campbell, Johnny Rocco, and the Beast were in action, taking on the challenge of Crusher LB, Cloudy Diggs, and the Idol Steve Sampson. I probably shouldn't even say Crusher LB since he didn't even show up to the match. We kept thinking he was going to show up like late, but he didn't. And to the credit of Cloudy and the Idol, they put up a good fight, but in the end, the Beast was able to pin Cloudy Diggs to help his team retain their titles. That's some trash shit right there. Get a title match and then you don't even show up and help your team out. At some point, you could have showed up. It wasn't like Sinister had a perfect match, but they only made a few mistakes. And one of them wasn't all of them not showing up. So, what? Put an asterisk on that win. No, a win's a win. You think Sinister cares he didn't show up? Nope. Now, our tag team champions, Killer Goons, were in action as Big Mel and the sponsored athlete, Jayla Masters, took on Lycan Umbris in the pinnacle of humanity, Adrian Christopher. Now, last time Lycan was involved in a tag team match, his partner didn't show up. It kind of screwed him over. This time, his partner did show up, but just to make sure the win was going to happen, Lycan Umbris went to another level, folks, and helped this team win, picking up the win by pinning Big Mel. I mean, yeah. He was. I'm glad his partner did show up because I remember happened last time his partner didn't show up. Yeah, he had to have a match, and then I don't think the guy even showed up at that. It's crazy. I don't know how you get a championship title match and don't show up to it. Our next title match was the Street Fight King taking on the Messiah and Wolf Knight in a triple threat championship match. And in his first defense, the Street Fight King was able to pin Wolf Knight and retain his title. And now we'll go on to a dream match, folks. Sounds like some porn I watched one time. Two girls and a champ. I mean, I'm pretty sure Street Fight King isn't used to two women fighting over something he has. But yeah, that's what he's going to get. Street Fight King versus Lady Assassin versus the First Lady, Alexa Leslie. You saw that one too? Yeah. Maybe it'll end the same way for Street Fight King like it ended for that guy in that movie. I mean, he did have a smile on his face at the end. And our next championship match, it was the television champion, the Blueprint, Jackson Aries, taking on Money, MF, and Mike. And the Blueprint was able to pick up the win, completing his beautiful night with 2 titles. And nobody complaining that he won. He must be enjoying life right now. Nobody here to complain about him having a title match. Nobody here to complain about him winning a title and being successful. And all he had to do was say, I'm sorry. And watch them walk out the door. Sometimes it takes little changes. Little subtle changes will help you out. Now, our U.S. title was on the line as the notorious JP DiMaggio took on Hakayo Jason Shepard. And, the JP DiMaggio, he's been on a tear. I mean, even before he got the title back. God dang. I can't wait. It's like I almost wait to see who he calls out now. or who they pick to face him. I know this week he gets to call out somebody, but next week I think the admin will be picking for him for the next couple of weeks. Got 2 pay-per-views coming up here. But yeah, wow. I'm hot. I'm highly impressed by JP right now. Yes, and proud of him. I mean, god dang, the guy. Hey, you know, sometimes you gotta get the. Sometimes the truth. When they say the truth shall set you free, sometimes you need an unbiased opinion that's gonna tell you the truth like it is. And then it's up to you to take that, tweak yourself. No, not like that, Flip. Fix yourself and move on to success. I swear, I could see bigger titles coming in for JP DiMaggio. Yeah, he'll get enough. He's going to get more titles. He just needs to keep hot. Now, the Intercontinental Champion was in action as Johnathan took on Katz and Corey. And Katz and Corey picked up the win. That's one of those sleeper ones. You never know when Katz and Corey's going to just take something from you. He has a very good history of it, too. I mean, the guy's no slouch, folks. Katz and Corey, if you've gone against him, we've watched his matches. The guy is good. There's nothing else I can't. That's all that needs to be said. He's good. He can win matches. He can win titles. It's just sometimes his opponent might be just a little bit better. But that's because they know Katz and Corey is that damn good. They got to step up their game. See, yeah, you know, when you make your opponent step up their game because they don't want to make any mistakes, that's a credit to you. That's called being prepared, folks. Speaking of being prepared, nobody was prepared for what happened in the World Championship match as Jermaine Walker took on Captain Mexico, who lost his Game Changer Championship, which was probably a good thing because now he had no distractions. Can't say the same thing for Jermaine Walker, as he was poised to hit Captain Mexico with that black hand side. When all of a sudden the pyro went off, scaring everybody in the arena, and a Darkstalker appeared at the top of the ramp and started to step forward. That was just enough time for Captain Mexico to recover and get Jermaine Walker in a pinning predicament and pick up the win. Yes! And now Captain Mexico is now your WPA World Champion. It's crazy. Those two, I mean, well, Jermaine distracted him first in his match, so it doesn't surprise me he came back and got him back. Now, folks, matches have been set for this week, and there's some good matches on it, folks, regardless of what some people say. Triple threat match: South Bronx Savage versus Martel the Carpenter versus the Pinnacle of Humanity, Adrian Christopher. And if you don't think Martel was getting pinned in that one, then you don't know Martel the Carpenter, folks. Casper 2779 will be taking on Wolf Knight if they show up. Crusher LB will be taking on the Brass Hole if they show up. The Ronin Shona Campbell versus Money MF and Mike. I think the Ronin, she's been on the pretty. I know it's kind of up and down, but she's been so lukewarm and right there. So I'd probably pick her for that match. The Beast, David Smith, will be taking on our sweepstake winner, Badass Eddie Vendetti. That's going to be a tough match to call. I'm not even going to try to pick that one. Sponsored athlete, Jalen Masters, will be taking on the Master Sean Puff. Yeah, he didn't like that matchup. Well, one day he thinks he can beat the Master. I mean, he can beat the Master. I mean, I don't know, I have no doubt about that. He just thought the match should have made way too more high quality or high profile. But folks, this is these matches. If you need for the rankings, It's very important right now. I mean, they may have a bigger opponent waiting for Jalen Masters for next week. I do know he has an important match come full gear. I do know that. And if you thought the sponsored athlete taking on this Master Sean Puff was a big match, Big Mel taking on Johnny Rocco this week, folks. I don't think we've seen these two since Big Mel took the title off of Johnny Rocco before losing it to Jermaine Walker. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure Johnny Rocco is looking for redemption on that one. HKO, Jason Shepard will be taking on Lycan Umbras. Red Death versus Jermaine Walker has the possibility to be a hot match. James Altrez versus the Darkstalker is going to be filled with violence, folks. As James Altrez is pissed at the Darkstalker. Something about money and losing out on some stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. And a non-title match is champion versus champion, as Captain Mexico will take on Katz and Corey, our new champs, taking on each other. WPA Tag Team Championship #1 contender match. Johnathan and the Messiah will be teaming up to face Matt Blakely and Bobby Blaze. In our Triple Threat Championship #1 contender match, it'll be Draven the Sledgehammer versus Shepherd Bane versus Polish Power. And match 1. Match 2 will see Machete Ramos take on Quanty Fist and the Emperor Toucan Namalium. If he shows up. Want to bet he shows up or not? Alright, we'll talk about that later. In like a redemption match, Cloudy Diggs will take on the Idol Steve Sampson after they just tagged together, but was screwed by their partner. The powers that be put them in a #1 contender match to see who will go on to face the television champion. In his second defense of his Triple Threat Championship, the Street Fight King will take on the First Lady Alexa Leslie and Lady Assassin. And God help his pacemakers got fresh batteries for that one. Ooh, that just sounds tasty. Our television champion, the Blueprint Jackson Aries, will be taking on Money. And I hope he's ready, because it's going to be a hard match for him. It's probably his toughest challenge. Yeah. And in our main event, the notorious JP DiMaggio will take on Fat Thomas. Woo! I'm sorry, folks. Those are some exciting matches. Most of them, anyway. There's a couple on here like, yeah. But that's not because they're not good competitors. It's just they have a tendency not to show up. Now, folks, you might be wondering what's next on our list of things to give away, folks. Well, we're going to figure it out. And when we do, we're going to find another question. We might have to make harder questions because that one seemed to be really easy. I mean, good Lord. If I hadn't had my phone, my message open, I wouldn't even have saw the first response. Yeah, I'm going to have to start leaving the phone on the post because, oh, he beat him by a minute. Yeah. But once again, congratulations, Badass Eddie Von Detty, on winning your match and winning that White Tiger Zord. We got it in a safe spot so it doesn't get damaged. We will be shipping that soon, so like I said, we'll send you the tracking number once we get it shipped. That's all I got, folks. As always, hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Pick up the phone and call that friend that might need to hear your voice. It may be right on time. Don't drink and drive. It's too important. Something to happen to you. And stop. Parents, that's another thing. Parents, stop causing trouble at your kids' games. That's embarrassing. Let the coaches do their job. Let the refs make the bad calls. They're human. They're gonna make mistakes. Stop it, folks. It's horrible. I'm Johnathan T. Rokford, folks. 0 penalties, my ass flip. No. Because why? I'm saying, what? Do I want to go down and get a Fat Thomas special? Oh, no. See, no. I know what that is. Hello, WPA. Once again, it is I, Philip Alexander Carrington IV, and it is your honor and privilege to hear my voice come across your airways and to see my face across your screen. Once again, I am here to divulge to you my pick of the week. And this week's pick had a monumentous victory in becoming your new WPA World Champion. I speak there of the pride of Mexico by way of Kansas, Captain Mexico, who represents his lineage with honor and pride, defeating one of WPA's most accomplished performers in Jermaine Walker. It is never an easy feat, and he joins a very short list of those who have done it. An exclusive club, if you may. Congratulations to you, Captain Mexico, and I foresee tough challenges ahead of you, but I know you will do your best to retain that title. And also, listening to Johnathan, congratulations to the badass on winning some little thing from his quiz. I don't know. But folks, that is all I have. Remember, I'm always watching. Until the next time, I bid you good day. I said good day.